And fall in, my fellow Scout Troopers, to the first Napoleon Total War 3 replay of 2022 from my channel, Scouts of Entertainment. Today's replay comes from Johnny the Buffin. He's also a part of the NTW3 Peeps community, so if you want an active community of Napoleon Total War players that meet regularly, that's definitely a good Discord to join. I'll leave a link to join their Discord in the description below. On Johnny's team today we have DT Chaslock 9, we have Horatius and Flux, those are Johnny's allies. Their opponents today are Dada L, Sunny Shit, and Black Shepherd, and American Chad. Now, we'll go through the factions here of Johnny's team, because that's all we can really do. We can't do the other team, unfortunately, but we have Marmaluk here. Now, Johnny, unlike most players, including myself, he's actually a decent marker when it comes to Cav, hence he's brought an all-Cav army. Don't know if you'll be upset with me telling this, but I think it's obvious that Johnny enjoys these tactics of sniping out artillery and generals, so be on the lookout for those sneak attacks. Make sure your general and artillery is guarded at all times, or you will lose it to him. I guarantee that from past experiences. So yes, we have over here Osterreich here, 1813. Over here we have España, 1809, and we have Russia, 1812. Looks like here we've got an all-France affair here. Their opponents today. Oh, hang on. 3 French armies, 1 United States army. So either someone drew the short straw, or someone actually favours using the United States. Not the first time I've seen that. Some players actually enjoy using lower point factions, and usually they're quite good with them. On the map today we have 5 1-pointers, my bad. 3 though are in blue team territory, so already they've got a slight advantage. We've also got the high ground. They're trying to secure the middle point, which gives them overall control. 2 of the 1-pointers obviously are in the red team, deep in the red team territory, but I don't know. It should have been a race here to this 1-pointer. Usually it's always a race to this 1-pointer, but Spain got here very fast today, which is good to see for them. So we'll see how the French alliance here treats this. We've got Russia and Spain here moving up with some cav, just sort of scouting the area, seeing where the enemy's at. France has some cav hiding behind the trees here. Got this building occupied, trying to secure it. Cavalry probably needs to stay away from that house. Soldiers can get decent kills inside that, and cav can't get to them either, so you know, you should never really charge cav close to buildings. It'll never work out well for you. What is Spain thinking here? It's too close to that building, too close to the French army here. They were fired upon, but no shots hit, so a little lucky there for them. Marmaluk will just Johnny will just bide his time and look for a target. He won't charge in straight away. He doesn't charge in half-cocked. He plans his attack and executes them, usually. Occasionally he has off days and beat him one memorable battle, but to this day he'll never admit it. He just says that he never fought me, and that doesn't count. Anyway, Cav here. Once again, both sides are sort of scouting the area, just trying to see where the other one's at. So before we do a cut, guys, to the main battle, or where the first fight begins, if you want to see your own total replay from any Total War game, including mods, you can set it to the links you'll find in the video description below, which are my email, scoutsentertainment@gmail.com. You can post it to me directly on Discord. You can join my Discord server, Scouts Chronicles, and post it there. Or you can simply tag me in the replay you post on any Discord that I'm in as well, because I'll be able to see it there when you tag me. Now, I am half keen to sort of skip, but at the same time, don't want to miss anything. Alright, I'll keep a close eye on things, and I'll see you soon. Alright, we're coming back, because I think we've got some Spanish skirmishes here. Skirmishes might be getting in too close. I think they're in range. Must have just been outside it, they couldn't fire. It would have been a nice volley there. This appears to be a 12-pounder cannon. Now this is the part where I usually boast about how I can identify that and know for sure, but to be honest, I'm actually a little bit unsure of myself. It does look like a 12-pounder cannon. Now, Johnny, what are you trying to do here? There's the American general. USA left that gap wide open. But there's not a lot of space here for Johnny to move. If he tries to go after the general, he's got this wide berth here. He's got this area to run in. I think he could run through these trees and not be slowed down. The forest area is very small. That shouldn't actually slow down any cav running through it. This would, though, the area he's in right now. Now, we've got Spanish cav moving up. They're going after the artillery. They're wavering. And they routed just before they got there. Some cazadores. At half strength, it's a flip of the coin when that one comes back to the battle. We might have two French armies here. Hopefully do, or it's just a 2v1 affair, which wouldn't be that fair on France. Now France, shimming, I'm actually shimming that, okay, because I can't tell. Let's have a look at the quality. You can usually gauge by the uniforms. Appear to be mid-tier troops. France always has a higher caliber of forces, but Russia is the best in melee, in my opinion, from what I've seen in the past. France just needs to make sure they have enough guns on the line to shoot the Russia in the event that they try to charge them. Spain's bringing up their artillery. It might have been in France's best interest to attack Spain and keep them around about here instead of letting them bring their artillery over the crest here of this hill. That enables the artillery units here to fire down pretty much all the way below them. And I think all these French infantry lose any natural land cover, like little dips, little raises in the hill area of the ground that the artillery shot would just hit and bounce off or go straight into. So Spain here has been given a small win, I think. France here is tempted to charge in. He probably should. If they time it just right, they'll charge into the skirmishes when the infantry is there, so the infantry won't be able to fire into the cavalry because their own troops will be in the way of that. I'm not sure if that counts as like artillery stacking or something. People are frown upon this kind of maneuver, or this kind of positioning. You're allowed usually to keep troops behind or to the side of the artillery, but they don't like troops, especially squarables, embedded in the artillery area. Because when you charge, obviously they'll form a square and block any charge, and apparently it's poor form to do that, so be careful doing that. You might actually piss someone off and cause a rage quit, I think. There's a certain level of etiquette expected from most Napoleon players, so be wary of that. And if someone reminds you of that, don't jump down their throats. It's just the unspoken rules, I suppose, of the community. And you know, sometimes you got to go along to get along, and yeah, just don't rock the boat on that one. It looks like they're trying to target the French general, and they almost succeeded. Scratch that, they almost took out their own general. That was nuts. Lucky, lucky France. Looks like we had Austria charge in and broke the cavalry. Austrian dragoons here won the first battle. Mid-tier dragoons too, and some elites, some cuirassiers. French infantry on the flank. Forested area protects the rest of the army. We also got some troops here. We had cav charge in to a heavily forested area with buildings as like a natural nuisance to cavalry or a natural defense against cavalry. It slows them down or halts their charge if they get caught on it. Maybe the Austrian got a bit motivated by his victory over here and tried to surprise attack the French forces here, but obviously that didn't work out too well for him. France got their cav unit back here. That's something. Where is Johnny's forces? It's like Marmalik's disappeared off the face of the earth. Oh, they're all over here. Yeah, this is where Spain and Russia need to communicate. Yes, the artillery's on the hill, but these artillery shots can be wild. They want to try and keep that area clear. Reduce the risk of friendly fire and keep that general well clear of them. Now, in order for France to simply counter the placement of this artillery, they just need to divide their forces accordingly. Split half to face Spain, split half to face Russia, and simply position them facing from, attacking from these angles here. This would be one angle I would attack from. And if I was the other France player, I would come at them from this angle here. That takes the artillery out of the equation. Spain will be forced to limber up, hopefully I'm saying that right, I'll get hell for it later, and move the artillery down the hill. That buys France some time to attack without fear of that artillery. And if they have their own artillery in place, they can basically hammer the enemy forces as they come down the hill towards them. Now, I don't know if they can see Marmalik or not. I have to assume they could. So to counter that, they just need to position forces in spaces around the rear in a semicircle arc, so to speak. Just like evenly place them out. And just, well, that should offer plenty of protection there from against Johnny and enable the French players here just to focus on the forward attack. They also need to make sure they have plenty of squarables here in the line, spaced out of course. Got a massive number of cord there. Things are about to heat up. So Marmalik's here making a move. This is a bold strategy. They form a square. Yep. He threw the dice on that one. For those of you not aware, these days you can't tell whether enemies can form a square or not until you literally try to attack them. It certainly adds an element of holding your breath until your forces get in there. He charged into him again, knowing there's something that could form a square.
Our men are running for it.
French units here, holding on. They seem almost desperate. Russia's trying to charge in. They are grenadiers. Basically, Johnny's plan here, his whole team's plan is just to charge in there with overwhelming force and hopefully overcome them. Such a strategy requires perfect timing. The entire French line here is under incredible strain. Big gamble here from this French player. They could be trying to double team. All three French players here could be trying to move in on this area. And two French players could be trying to double team France right now. Austria here is scrambling to come to the battle. France still has some cav. That unit should reform. They got time. The red line is, a fair distance off. Should be enough time for them to get back in the battle. Good charge. Now you're probably asking yourselves, what can you do in times like these? Well, if you have a cav, get them, put them at the rear of your line. Try to establish some sort of boxed perimeter. If you're being surrounded or slowly being surrounded, and you've got cav moving around to your rear, then if you've got reserves, put them at the rear. Establish your line. Make sure you've got squarables spaced out all around you, so you can activate them in the event that any cavs try to charge your line from any direction, and you can just deter them or be able to throw them back a little bit more easier. Improve your odds of throwing back each attack it's just thrown at you. That will also protect your general and artillery. Spain stuck his neck out too far, and France pounced, cutting off the head of the right flank. You got Malik here, trying to halt that and stop them from going any further. And there is Malik pointing guy to the general there, as his troops would have been snagged on that square unit there. This unit probably can't form square, but he did get a nice volley in the faces of the cavalry here, and he broke them. The sound sort of died down there. I had to change the sound channels to get it working again. France here going for a full bayonet charge. We've got Austrian grenadiers, or Spanish grenadiers coming in, sorry. France in distance there, holding on against Russia and Mamluk. Austrian dragoons moving in to try and tip the favour in the favour of Spain here. The Cav seemingly marched through that, but very close to the general. Meanwhile, we've got the United States and France engaging Spanish and Austrian forces. French line is collapsing. They're trying to reform and save what units they could. And American cavalry needs to be called into service. The United States needs to bring their forces around here. Or the entire line needs to fall back just to where the tree line is. So the United States and France here have the ability to bring all their forces to bear. They vastly outnumber the enemy force before them. They need to get in close, obviously, because the United States doesn't have the best accuracy. Obviously, the closer you get, the more hits you'll get. It's just natural logic. Cavalry's charging in, so Austria here doesn't think the United States has the ability to form square with most of these units here. And to a large extent, he's probably right. Not a lot of these units here can form square. And that's halted the rifles here of all the Americans in this line. And Austria is just trying to overwhelm his enemy. You can see here France and the United States, they're all being routed, but they're not done yet. Red team's trying to fall back and consolidate their position. There's Marmalik. So he's trying to go after one of the generals. United States bringing their cab to the rescue. Okay, Dada lost his general. Once again, Johnny living up to his reputation. France is going to lose this unit, but it really feels good to get a nice volley, a full volley into enemy forces when they're not shooting back. Not sure why I didn't fall back when they had the chance. Russia here just trying to harass the enemy before they have a chance to really form up. He's getting in there, and he's trying to keep the enemy disorganized, while the rest of his allies apply maximum pressure to their enemy's battle lines. Oh, looks like he changed tactic. He's formed up. Okay, we're moving to charge in. Okay, Russia had one idea, Austria had another. Austria's the one charging in and Russia's the one standing back. I didn't see that coming. Marmalik's gone a little bit quiet. He didn't bring his cover into the rear like I thought he would have. Austria's taking a lot here on this push. Russia here rolled the dice, charged in their dragoons, paid off. The entire line's occupied, we've got the rest of the Russian infantry now moving up. They're all Russian grenadiers, so it's not what you want to see charging into you. Nice charge there from Nala. The United States is mostly intact. I like the arc here the United States has set up, but he hasn't moved in. He hasn't tried to take advantage of the positioning that he actually created himself. Now that all these French allies here are basically gone, I don't like United States' chances. He hasn't reacted at all to the defeat of his ally. Okay, he's moving now. He's outnumbered. If I was a United States player, I would detach 2 or 3 units on my right wing to face off and or scare away the skirmishers, the Spanish skirmishers, just keep chasing them. And while I bring up these other troops here to try to attack the undermanned left flank of my enemy. It's being reinforced slowly by Spain, but the United States had a chance to move in there and attack with overwhelming force before reinforcements arrived. Russia here seems to have gone a little bit quiet. He's charging after the French, or the broken French forces, running them down, making sure they don't come back. That'd be the idea behind that. Who's this? Spain here coming in for a surprise charge. The United States didn't seem to see it at all. Well, I don't see the blue team's artillery being too effective here. They've got mostly friendly forces in the way. They're just as likely to hit their own as they are the enemies. You just see the walls closing in around the United States, so there's no way out. Spain's charging in a unit, 3-on-1. Just standard infantry.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
Okay, we're almost finished here. Okay, enemy general's fallen. American Chad. Looks to be commanding a French faction. Maybe. We've got a small unit of Austrian Grenadiers here. Johnny might be able to save them. No, they're gone. There are 2 units left in the fight. Okay, they broke on their own, and we're finished here. So, points had nothing to do with it. This is a death match, and it is concluded. And so, victory there for Johnny and his allies today. We got here Johnny getting 1,280 kills, DT Chestlock 19, 1,081, Horatius 1478, Flux 1556, Data Elf 852, Sunny Shit 974, Black Shepherd 458, American Chad 497. Okay, kill counts here range for Johnny 371 belonging to the El Bakir cart. Alright, and the Saratum Mamalukia Mez El Mascarasa. How they say these things back then. Hashud Mamalik, okay. And another one of those Sayatun cavalry units. The point is, those are the 5 cavalry units you want to look for, maybe if you want to bring a Mamalik force with you to any battle. Because those cav obviously did very, very well today. And that is it. So, once again, guys, if you want to see a replay featured here on this channel, the links to send me a total replay you'll find in this video description below, and in all the videos, for that matter, that I've done. Thank you to Johnny once again for sending me the replay. This is Micka from Scouts Entertainment signing off. Goodbye, my fellow Scout Troopers. Catch you in the next Total War battle.